Hi guys, Scott from Champs of Change Football here today. We're starting a new little project going around the community and talking to people who are trying to use their business to benefit people in the community and sort of the betterment of the people in it. So I'm sat with Paul from Longevity Fitness today. Morning, Paul. Tell me a little bit about yourself, mate.
So obviously my name's Paul. I've been a PT for 12 years. I recently left the army, where I did a little bit in the army as well. I did online for a bit and now I've moved it all home to this gym. So
Obviously this gym has a specific mission statement for the community. So what are your aims with this building?
So the aim of this building is to build a gym that's specifically designed for those over 40. So it's a lot of gym content is made for those in their 20s, and sort of beyond 30, 40, 50, you sort of get the leaks of that. Not a lot of people want to go running around the block and doing high rocks and all that crazy stuff. So this gym is built specifically for those over 40 who don't want to go into crowded gyms like Pure Gym or Gym Group or commercial gyms in general. They want to come and have a program that's designed purely for them. Injuries, niggles, conditions like fibro or whatever, all considered. They come in, everything's tailored to them as a 40, 50, 60-year-old should.
So a more relaxed approach for those who don't like the chaos of a modern gym.
Yeah, I mean, it's taking their body into consideration. I mean, they've done potentially 40 years of a job and using their shoulders, and they've got injuries, and we can navigate around them.
Yeah.
It's also purely strength-based.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the goal. Just making it more accessible and less scary for those 40 and beyond to actually access a gym.
Yeah. So as a 28-year-old, I recently signed up to a commercial gym. Best believe if I could have signed up to here, I would, but I'm under 40. So what for me, going into those gyms and seeing, a crowd of people younger than me, more experienced than me is really intimidating. So I can sort of resonate with what you're doing, and I really appreciate it, and I'm sure your client base will. So what wins have you had so far? How have you found it? You've been open a week now. How are we getting on?
So, yeah, we've been open a week. I literally got the keys to this unit 3 weeks ago. Threw it all together within 4 days, or kitted it all out on my own. We opened last week. We got 5 people. There's 2 consultations coming up. So it's very early. But we done our first week. We had someone lose 4 pounds of weight. Had another person lose 4 pounds, and we'd had 2 people who have never ever been to the gym before do what's debatably the scariest exercise, and that's a deadlift. I showed them that to show them that the gym isn't actually scary. We're going to take the scariest lift and we're going to do it on your second ever session, and they both performed it perfectly.
That's incredible.
So it's just gaining confidence and showing people that gym isn't actually intimidating at all.
Yeah, which kind of leads me on to my next question, really. So someone like myself, I really struggle with motivation, busiest man in the world, constantly fighting fires, home life. What would you say to someone that constantly puts it off, a reluctant beginner that goes, I'll sign up next week, I'll start next week? What would you say?
If you're relying on motivation, it will never come. Motivation comes from, if you jump in on the scales every week and you see 2 kilos down every single week, or a kilo down a week, that's motivation, because you've achieved something. Before you achieve something, you've got to do the hard work, the discipline of actually doing it multiple times to get the reward of the motivation, is what I would say. For example, you have to actually sign up, turn up, go to the gym a couple weeks, and then see the scales drop. That initial part is discipline. No one wants to do it. You just have to pull through it and keep doing it. When we then get to actually losing weight, and every time we jump on the scale, we're down a kilo, motivation takes care of itself. We've had a nice reward. We want to keep achieving that reward. We've had a nice feeling when we want to keep achieving that feeling. But before you get to that point, you've got to turn up.
Yeah. So aspiration and discipline lead to results, which leads to motivation.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
That's a really good way to look at it, to be fair. So for me personally, I feel like if I was to sign up to the gym and I went for a week and nothing happened, which, some things are slower than others. It's all about how I discipline myself, isn't it? So, when the weight starts falling off, I'll see how far I can take it for sure. So watch this space. I'll have abs in 6 weeks. So I'm a lover of food.
Me too.
I'm a slut for a Chinese. So if I was going to the gym, do I realistically need to calorie count, or can I match my workouts to what I'm doing?
This is a very debatable topic. There is many ways you can do it. You can meal plan. You can have a set meal plan, certain meals. You can have rules set in place, like I'll have 3 meals a day, protein snacks, eat this much protein per meal. You can do calorie counting. If you've got a deadline in place, calorie counting is the way to go, because we're going to achieve that by the deadline. We know what we put on paper is what we put in our mouth.
Yeah.
We know that we can guarantee weight loss. Some people that don't work. Some people we just make generic rules, like 3 meals a day, have 2 snacks. Those snacks need to be protein. That's going to keep us fuller for longer. So
Yeah.
there's multiple ways we can go down, but the gold standard would be calorie counting. Get into your goal weight and then learning to maintain it. Learning to maintain it means coming off calorie counting. It means having set rules in place. It means having takeaways and Chinese and whatever else, and still maintaining it and living a normal life, but being able to maintain the weight you've worked so hard for.
Yeah. But so that would be for someone looking to get into it. It's quite an intense fitness regime, but the ideology of this place is to keep someone active and going beyond a certain age, isn't it? So for example, where champs play football and they get a little bit older, to come here and keep mobile and keep healthy would keep them playing football, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
so
of course.
it would definitely prolong someone's fitness and ability. So running around twice a week's all well and good, but after we play, we ache for ages. Whereas if you come here, you're getting the body used to the movements and stuff. So that's definitely a brilliant idea, I would say, especially for people. You could get single mums who just have a time. You could get bricklayers, scaffolders, people who sit at a desk all day and they're barely mobile. Coming here would give them that sort of ability to stay active for a little bit longer, because it's movement in a way that takes care of them, personalized obviously with the help of yourself. For someone like myself, when I go to a gym, I find it obviously overwhelming. What would you say to someone that struggles with the anxiety of going to a gym and doing something wrong, and it goes back to the old sort of way of our brain thinking that everyone's got a camera these days and people are too quick to laugh before they help? What would it be for someone that suffers with an anxiety where it could be that they embarrass themselves or they injure themselves? What would you say to that?
I mean, I could probably talk for an hour on this topic alone. I think I've had every style of question asked to me that you could possibly ask about this topic. And I think even I feel anxious when I go into a public gym, not to promote this place, but everyone feels like everyone's watching. If I hear someone laughing over there, I'm wondering if they're laughing about me. Do you know what I mean? Or if I'm in the gym and it's busy, is someone looking at that mirror and looking at me? Do you know what I mean? You feel like it. But one thing I used to do with my clients when I worked in a commercial gym, one-to-one, is they'd say, I feel like everyone's watching me. I'd go grab a barbell, put some weight on it, and I would go down to the middle of the weights area and I'd say, I'm going to drop this, check if anyone notices. I'd drop it, no one would care, which no one cares about what you do. It's a good thing, but no one cares. At most, someone will look around, quick glance, what was that bang? No one cares. With anxiety, I feel like it's, as we get older, if we go back to like you said about being a child, as a child, we are almost forced into things or strongly encouraged, whether it's going for a swim, learning to swim, it's first day at school, it's doing your first football game, it's doing a new sport that you haven't done before, or whatever it may be. But we're encouraged to do them things and we almost have no choice. And every time we did one of them things, we realized it wasn't actually that bad. And sometimes we actually found stuff we enjoyed from it. I didn't want to play football. I really didn't want to play football. I was not a sporty kid. I got forced into football and I loved it. I still play it now.
Yeah.
And that's probably why I'm a PT now, because I was forced into football. Before 10, I didn't play sport. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
And it got to an age where, come on, mate, you got to do something. And then that developed into this.
Yeah.
But the point is we were pushed into uncomfortable situations, realized they weren't actually that bad, and we just had that over and over and over and over again until we become confident.
Yeah.
So confidence really, and getting over anxiety in any sense, is just doing a fear over and over and over again until it becomes confident.
Yeah, so you don't expand your horizons unless you explore.
Exactly. And we're not pushed into that as adults because we make our own decisions. No one's pushing me to sign up for a gym. No one pushed you to sign up for the gym.
No, they didn't know.
Whereas as a kid, we probably would have got pushed to go and do that class or take that test.
Yeah, 100%.
And as adults, we have to make our own choices. And unfortunately, we do sit in our comfort zone. And that's probably why we are more anxious as adults. No one's making us do these things.
Yeah. If I wake up feeling ill, you know, I have a toddler. They send her to nursery, and she licks a
they bring
petri
it
dish
home
of
constant.
every disease known to mankind.
Yeah.
So if I wake up feeling ill and I'm just about struggling to sort of cope with the day, be a parent, and go to work, should I go to the gym?
I speak to people about this. Obviously, the way I explain it is, if you were to rank yourself in terms of ill on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you're fine, 10 being you're in an absolute world of it. If you rank yourself like a 6, I'd probably say don't go. The boring science behind it, I suppose, is your central nervous system is tasked with fighting off any bacteria infection, illness, whatever. When we come to the gym, when you feel sore the next day, we're breaking down muscle fibers, we're rebuilding them bigger and stronger. So what we're doing is telling our central nervous system, don't worry about the illness, cough, infection, whatever it is. We got to focus on this muscle we've just broke down, rebuild it, and then we can fight off the infection. So going to the gym, if we're really ill, 6 or above on that scale, it's probably no point. You're better off to just have a couple days off, get fitter sooner, rather than going to the gym and delaying it and ending up ill for a week or 2.
So I'll do more damage than good if I force myself through.
Yeah, you'll be back in the gym sooner anyway.
That's a very good way to look at it, to be fair. So we spoke about motivation, and I feel like a lot of people, when they sign up to a place like this, it comes down to how they see their personal trainer. So what for you makes a good personal trainer? Because personally, when I think of a personal trainer, you stereotypically think of like a drill sergeant. So
yeah, or someone that just loves fitness and lives and breathes it.
Yeah.
Which some do, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think people firstly need to realise that all a PT is someone that's further along their fitness journey than you are. They're not. Some of them may be massively obsessed. Probably are. For me, I'm not massively obsessed with fitness. I mean, I'm obsessed enough to actually do this. There is some level of obsession there, but I'm not obsessed in the fact that I track everything and I eat everything dead on times and I do this, do that. Like, it's not. I think making a good PT, you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you can't spend an hour with me and I'm just unbearable and I'm just chewing your ear off talking about fitness, you ain't going to be here for long. I also think the biggest, especially with normal people and not athletes, is being able to explain things so simply, things stop feeling scary.
Yeah.
Like people coming into the gym and they see all this equipment and have never been to a gym before. It's like, oh my God. But as soon as you start explaining movements simply in their terms, like not speaking about eccentric, concentric, or whatever it may be. We're not talking in like scapular retraction, hip hinges. We're not talking all that. We don't need to. We can just talk in simple language.
To be fair, that would absolutely annoy me. Whereas if you said, do this because it's good for you.
Yeah, if I'm talking posterior chain, hip hinge, and blah, 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 blah.
You're speaking Latin to me.
I don't care about it. I'd rather just speak to someone in simple terms.
Yeah. It's a time consuming thing, isn't it? Because if you speak to me in such a way, I've got to go home and look up what that means. Whereas if you just say to me, you know, this helps you because ABC, I can then go, do you know what?
I think as well, personally, I try and educate everything I teach. Rather than me just say we're doing this, it's explaining why. For me personally, even without the gym, anything that I learn, I need to know why I'm doing it. Because then it helps me understand why I need to know why I'm doing it. Otherwise I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
So every time we do something, I'll explain why. Yeah. Even if it's a brief explanation, just knowing why helps you understand a lot more.
So we are going to look at getting a little event together in future in Bury St Edmunds. And I feel that longevity fitness is perfect for such an event, because what you're doing is you're doing what Champs does, in a sense where we're making things accessible to people who probably don't feel like they have the access anymore.
Yeah, that's essentially it.
Yeah, so we're opening doors that are sort of, they're not shut, you know, they're on a jar, but we're kicking down doors and getting people
there's
involved.
Just barriers to entry, and we're trying to open them barriers and make it less scary to enter. Yeah.
So if you're in the Bury St Edmunds area and you're looking for a gym, you're over 40 years old, there's no better place than this. You can go to a commercial gym, you can go anywhere, but longevity fitness, not only are you going to get a workout in, you're cared for, you've got the best advice, a brilliant teacher, and in all fairness, you're not just a customer. You know, you're a result, a reward, and everything in between. So I feel like this is a perfect opportunity to say, come on down and keep an eye on the Facebook page. Loads of sort of events coming up and community work. I know you're looking to help people in the community, so definitely, if you're a small business and if you're a school or something like that, get in touch, and we'll find ways to get you involved and help.